Dustin, 36-year-old Gaethje versus Rafael, coming off an injury, Fiziev. This fight, I think, listen, it's a fine fight for a replacement fight. It has nothing on the last fight that they were going to have with Dan Hooker and Justin Gaethje, but it's serviceable. Rafael Fiziev has already fought Justin Gaethje, and I'm sorry, in this case, I'm going to pick the guy that has proven to win. And that's Rafael Fiziev, because there's no way you can tell me Justin Gaethje won that first fight. That thing was rigged from the start. The fact that one of the judges had Rafael Fiziev up 2-0 going to the third round, then gave a 10-8 in the last round, just so Justin Gaethje doesn't lose on a scorecard, is absolutely insane. It's freaking bonkers, because I thought Rafael Fiziev won the first 2 rounds, and then the third round comes around, and Justin Gaethje, uncloud your memories to the nostalgia of the past and just let it take over. You forget these things, but Justin Gaethje, before that third round where he completely destroys Rafael Fiziev, and he does destroy him, that was the most dominant round by far in the entire fight. He was knee deep with his fingers into the eyeball of Rafael Fiziev. Rafael Fiziev couldn't see from one eye in that fight. And if you think about it, Justin Gaethje's kind of been a dirty fighter for a while now. Like, anyone remember the Edson Barboza fight? The guy has a history of eye poking. Something about it, man. Like, the eye poking technique, and then afterwards, the fact that he's such a fucking killer on the feet. Like, he ends up connecting on these fighters early into the fight, and then it's like, oh my god, Justin Gaethje's that dude. But really, if you look at it, Justin Gaethje, like, again, he beat Dustin Poirier, but not the same Dustin Poirier in his prime. He's beaten a lot of good guys, but for the most part, if you're objectively just zooming out and looking at his wins, a lot of the wins aren't really the highest of the high levels. Like, he never gets to a title like the champion. Charles Oliveira destroys him, Khabib destroys him, Dustin Poirier first round destroys him, Eddie Alvarez coming off of his title loss destroys him. Like, these guys are destroying Justin Gaethje. Max Holloway destroys him. He's beaten, don't get me wrong, he beat Tony Ferguson when that mattered. He beat Edson Barboza, Cowboy Cerrone, James No Chin Vic. Is that impressing you? Rafael Fiziev has some wins like that under his belt as well. Moicano, Dos Anjos, he's beaten some good guys as well. So now we're just looking at these two guys and the point in their career, and I can see their hesitancy to bet on Rafael Fiziev. He's the favorite on short notice, coming off of injury. You don't want to put money on him. There's too many uncertainties. The fact that you can get, if you're a degenerate and you're like, oh my god, Justin Gaethje, I love watching him fight. He's one of the 4 fighters that I know. Let me just drop some money on him. He's the underdog? What? This makes no sense. Then yeah, sure, the betting odds and the betting sites will just take you for all your money. But if you're smart, you're actually thinking about this. You're thinking to yourself, let's look at the fight that happened in the past. Fiziev was not destroying. I thought he was cleanly winning that first fight until the eye gouge. Because that was an eye gouge. And then third round is just a dominant round for Justin Gaethje. But even after all that, it's just the aesthetics of it is not pleasing. Don't get me wrong. When you get beaten up that badly, the most dominant round, the third round goes to Justin Gaethje. If you're a judge, you're thinking, I'm going to fudge the numbers here. Because, you know, like, you don't want to be the guy that's like, oh, well, Fiziev won. Have to defend your claim to, like, other people. Oh, well, actually, I think Fiziev won. When Justin Gaethje just destroys him in the third round. But that's not how MMA is judged. You haven't left to win 2 rounds. I trust Fiziev to beat Gaethje in the first 2 rounds. Listen, Justin Gaethje is someone who I don't trust in the championship rounds as it is. But early in the fight, I usually do trust him. But the fact that I've seen Fiziev beat him earlier into the fight, why would I just bet on Justin Gaethje? Am I just going to be like, oh, well, Fiziev has a shit cardio? That doesn't make any sense. The guy went 5 rounds with Dos Anjos, beat him in the 5th round, knocked him out. And I know it's Dos Anjos, he's old, he's an old man. Justin Gaethje's an old man. He's 36 years old. He's not a young, I don't know. He's not a spring chicken, let's just say. He's got a few miles on his car, right? And he's coming off of a brutal knockout to Max Holloway. And I know it's precious me bringing up the knockout to Max Holloway, but not being like, oh, well, Fiziev's just fine, even coming off an injury. Justin Gaethje at this age, like the fact that I don't think he had been quite shut out before this, like fully just gone, ugh. And then he goes face first, has to get helped up. I think someone's going to take his position in the division, because I think the guys like Poirier, the guys like Justin Gaethje, they're all falling apart. They're not falling apart, but they're coming out, right? They're coming out of the rankings. It's going to happen eventually, and I know Benoit Saint-Denis was meant to be the guy that's going to beat Justin Poirier and what that nonsense, but he didn't. And in hindsight, there's no way he could have. But Fiziev has proven to be on Gaethje's level, and you got to remember, from all accounts, Fiziev's been ready and healed up for a while now. He's healed up for a while now. He's ready to go. And he said he's just looking for a fight for a while. I think his injury's probably fine. Justin Gaethje's also probably fine. But when I look at these two guys, Fiziev's a younger guy. Even though he got hurt, I expect him to still make improvements at 31 years old. I'm expecting you to continue to make improvements into your 32 age, your 33 age, and then you can go on the downslide. But for the most part, when I'm looking at Fiziev, I'm like, he's already fought the guy. It's on short notice, but he knows the recipe to make the ingredients. Sorry, the ingredients to make the recipe to beat Justin Gaethje. He's trained for it. He'll just have to rehash some of it, be prepared, make sure that he was already training. That's a big factor. I hope he has been. And then just come into this fight and just knock out Justin Gaethje. Because I think he can definitely do it. Like, he just sparked Moicano. Moicano's not the greatest striker ever, but, you know, he has that spark out power. Rafael dos Anjos, for as old as dirt as he is, and I know he's been finished recently, so my point makes no sense to you, but at the time, Dos Anjos wasn't someone that was getting finished off. He was beating Moicano on short notice. Like, this guy, Fiziev, he can handle this grappling. And I swear to God, if someone says grappling is a factor in this fight, I swear to God, if someone says, oh, well, Justin Gaethje's got the grappling, that's got to be a factor, right? No. When has that ever been a factor in Justin Gaethje fight, that he's been offensively wrestling? Sure, defensively he can use it. He uses it against Michael Chandler, you know. Okay, Michael Chandler, another guy not really known for his offensive wrestling. Let's be honest here. The guy, I swear to God, it's just something you say in like a predictions video just to make it sound like you have more of a reason to pick them. But in fact, I don't think Fiziev will really be shooting in this fight. I don't think it's going to play any factor. I think if Justin Gaethje does decide to shoot, Fiziev will do just fine defending it. The elite wrestling of Justin Gaethje that no one can figure out, that he consistently uses to dominate his opponents and use it against Khabib. It doesn't matter. And listen, we saw Gaethje get sparked out a few times now. I know he knocked out Dustin Poirier, but Dustin Poirier is old as well. We don't quite... Listen, he did good against Islam, but Dustin Poirier is old for the most part. And he got caught off guard. If they fight 10 times, do you think Justin Gaethje gets out of that fight winning 7, 8 times? No. It's at least 50-50. If not, I lean Dustin Poirier more than I lean Justin Gaethje. That's just my opinion. Anyway, Justin Gaethje, and some of his wins, man. Like, okay, let's look. Okay, he came into the UFC only for the best of the best. He did. James Vick, listen, he came to the UFC, beat Michael Johnson, a good win to have, in a war, a scrappy war. I know this is, oh, well, this Justin Gaethje is much better. Is he? 36-year-olds, you're better than you are when you're like 28? You tell me about that, how that works out. And then he fights and loses to Dustin Poirier, to Alvarez. The back-to-back losses. A clear change in opponent happens. James No Chin Vick, you can't even take that win seriously, but whatever, he was on a win streak, you gotta respect it. Edson Barboza and Cowboy Cerrone were his wins. Old Cerrone, old Barboza, and then he beats all, like, listen, a prime Tony Ferguson, I'll give him that. He beats Tony. Welcome to the club of every single... Honestly, if you fought Tony Ferguson in the last 5 years, you've probably beaten him. Anyway, Justin Gaethje beats him. Goes on to lose... Wait, no, sorry. Does he? Who's got... Goes on to lose to Khabib. Then beats Michael Chandler, another guy where we're just like, okay, well, this guy's good. He's fun to watch, but he's not beating the top of the top guys whatsoever. Beats him. All right, then. Okay, so Michael Chandler's under his belt. And then what? Fights for the belt, gets sparked in the first round. After that, what does he do? Fiziev loses, beats Poirier, and then loses to Max Holloway. And that's really what Justin Gaethje's been up to. Like, he's losing to the very, very top of the top guys. And I swear he lost to Rafael Fiziev as well. So that's really what we have to go off of. Anyway, if you've heard me ramble enough about this fight, you know that I've picked Justin Gaethje. I think Fiziev, listen, you can doubt him all you want. His kickboxing is clean. I thought he was better on the feet than Justin Gaethje, and we'll see. Anyway, the pick is going to be Rafael Fiziev. I'm quite confident in this one. Like, I know it's only 3 rounds, whatever. Anything can happen. I'm picking Fiziev. He's the favorite. He opened as a favorite for a reason. If you're a degenerate betting on Justin Gaethje because he's one of the 3 fighters you can name, then sucked into you because you're about to lose some money, bitch. I'm just going to say a swear word. Because why would the betting odds open with Justin Gaethje as the underdog? Do the betting odds really think, oh, well, Justin Gaethje, the guy that everyone's going to put their money on, let's make him the underdog in case he wins? That makes no sense. In case he loses. That makes no sense. They know Fiziev is the better fighter, and I swear to God, a lot of people are probably putting money on Fiziev, thinking the same thing that I'm thinking. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm getting these odds on Fiziev. Actually, I wished Fiziev was the underdog. No, yeah, they're probably betting on him thinking, oh my God, I can't believe. I don't know what you can't believe, because the guy's a favorite. He should be an underdog, from my understanding of how betting usually goes, and how the fans usually bet. But I'm guessing this is one of those rare times that the betting sites are like, oh, well, you know, make him the underdog, just in Gaethje, get some money on him, and then pull the rug right under their asses. That's probably what's going to happen. Drake Curse will come back. Drake, I don't know if he's going to bet on this fight. If he does, you bet your money he's betting on Justin Gaethje, because that's just the kind of mindset that he has. He doesn't really watch the sport. Just bets on who everyone knows and is trending on Twitter. Anyway, that's the entire video. Like, share, subscribe. 248 subscribers. Let's get me to 250. It's taking a really, really long time to do that. But do it anyway. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.